Over the weekend, the UP government, under huge pressure from the Supreme Court and other institutions, decided to call off the Kavadi Yatra, that is an annual religious affair. But in Kerala, the Pinarayi Vijayan government has decided to relax COVID curbs to allow shopping ahead of the religious festival of Bakrid. Selective approach, the Supreme Court has for now decided not to make any observations on these relaxations in God's own country. Over 10,000 COVID cases every single day in Kerala. The positivity rate over 10%, the highest in the country. But the Pinarayi Vijayan government has put faith over the COVID fight. For 3 days, as cases are surging in God's own country, markets have been opened up to allow Bakrid shoppers to shop for the festival.
The Supreme Court has actually refused to put a stay or restrict the orders by the state governments to ease the restrictions in the wake of Bakrid. The government has eased the regulations for about 3 days, that is Sunday, Monday and Tuesday tomorrow. However, the state IMA has said they had already demanded the state government to open up the shops for more time so that there will be very less crowd. However, they have also come to the opinion that it is not conducive at this moment for Kerala to have the state completely opened up for all kinds of services.
Experts' warnings have been ignored by the state government, and the Indian Medical Association has even warned the government, even threatening to sue over this callous order.
It's not at all time for total relaxation. Even if it is Bakrid, Ramzan, Christmas, Onam, Trishur Puram, Shabarimala, whatever, it is not the time for the total relaxation. We'll have to wait for some more time.
The Supreme Court, whose intervention rightly ensured the cancellation of the Kavadi Yatra in Uttar Pradesh, has felt no need to immediately act against the Kerala government's order. A notice has been issued to the Pinarayi government, but any action now will be belated. Markets are open, people are out and about in the state. The Apex Court rightly said a mass religious gathering cannot happen amidst a pandemic, while cautioning against the Kavadi Yatra. But in the case of Kerala, there's no order yet from the top court. The opposition is also now up in arms against the Pinarayi Vijayan government.
अब ये देश को सोचना है और ये सारे लोगों को सोचना है जो हम लोगों पर हिंदू नेता और हिंदू राजनीति का एक लाछन लगाते हैं, ये उनको सोचना है, कि हम लोगों को नहीं सोचना है.
But it isn't just Bakrid celebrations that have been allowed. Restrictions at the Sabarimala shrine have also been eased now.
The government has made it mandatory for all devotees to carry a COVID-19 negative certificate over here. And it's not just that you should have a negative certificate, but you should also get it certified from the competent authority which is actually present here, because they need to verify the authenticity of that particular certificate.
With COVID cases rising in Kerala, serious questions are being asked about the government's priorities there. Is it appeasement or fighting the pandemic? With Gopi Krishnan Unnithan in Thiruvananthapuram, Bureau Report, India Today. So very interesting how nothing is actually being done as far as Kerala's decision to allow certain relaxations for certain festivals, whether it is Sabarimala, whether it is Bakrid shopping, the Kavadi Yatra in Uttar Pradesh, where the number of COVID cases is much less than Kerala, has been stopped. But in Kerala, at least these two festivals, Bakrid shopping and the Sabarimala, the shrine has been opened. It leads to a lot of questions. Here's what our correspondent Gopi Krishnan sent us from the ground in Thiruvananthapuram.
We are right now in East Fort Thiruvananthapuram, more specifically at the Paravangadi street, which is right next to the famous Sri Padmanabha Swami temple here in Thiruvananthapuram. So to give our viewers a perspective about the ease in COVID-19 restrictions in Kerala in the wake of Bakrid, this is how one of the most busiest streets or the commercial streets in the state capital looks like. Usually this road will be filled with people even if it's during the Onam or Christmas or any other celebration for that matter, we would see a huge gathering of people, a huge number of people covering up this entire road. And now you actually see in these visuals, we have shops of all classifications, be it electronic shop, there are textiles, jewelry shops, fancy shops, and shops of all kinds which are open on either side of the street. But all that is missing out at the moment is the iconic crowd that used to fill these roads during the festive season. Now, there has been a lot of criticism against the state government for opening up the shops or easing the restrictions in the wake of Bakrid. But at least in Thiruvananthapuram, we can say that even as the shops remain open, that does not really reflect in the crowd on the street.
Joining me live now, Suneet Chopra, leader of the CPM, the ruling party in Kerala, Anila Singh, spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Sanjeev Bagai, chairman of Nephron Clinics and a well-known healthcare expert and doctor. Suneet Chopra, starting with you, this appears to be a very selective approach. At a time when Kerala is posting the country's highest COVID cases, at a time when the reproductivity rate of the virus is the highest in Kerala, the number of deaths is also the highest in Kerala. The relaxation of these curbs doesn't fit in with the curbs that are being instituted in other parts of the country. There are religious festivals in different parts of the country that are being rightly stopped. Why is the Pinarayi government going ahead?
The point is, as you have yourself, your reporter has just stated, that there is a certain discipline that has been imposed on the market and people are observing it. In UP, you have false figures of deaths. In the case of
Sir, how can
Uttarakhand,
discipline be imposed on a marketplace in a state which has the highest cases? I don't want to interrupt you, Mr. Chopra.
UP and Uttarakhand and Kerala are different. People are educated in Kerala. They have, because they are educated people.
No, what do you mean? So the rest of the country is not educated? What nonsense is this?
I'm not talking of the rest of the country. I'm talking of UP. And I know what
You're saying the people of UP are uneducated?
And I know what happened in UP.
I hope the people of UP are listening.
On the Ganga River.
So you're saying the people of UP are uneducated? That's your answer?
I've been working in UP for 30 years and more. I know UP very well. And
excuse me, sir. Excuse me. One second.
I can tell you that
I'm asking you a very simple question. At a time, let's leave UP out of this for a moment. At a time when Kerala is rightfully doing a lot of testing, rightfully doing everything as far as COVID is concerned, seeing this huge spike in COVID cases ahead of the third wave, keeping just that in view, forget about Uttar Pradesh. Do you think it's right to be relaxing these curbs at a time like this?
All right, I'm willing
when the
to do
numbers
that.
are on an upswing, sir.
I'm coming to that point. Yeah, I'm not making any statement on the Supreme Court judgment because it is under judgment. So I am not going to talk of that. What you have asked is very different. Eid is not something like Kavar Yatra. Eid is not something like Kumbh Mela.
But this is the shopping before Eid, sir.
Eid is a family festival. And no, hang on. Let me tell you. Your own reporter has said there are no crowds. So please don't confuse the issue. Eid is a festival which is a family festival, and the government has stated not more than so many people per mosque.
No, forget about Eid. I'm talking about the shopping.
Who are educated.
Sir, what's in the Supreme Court, Suneet Chopra? What is in the Supreme Court right now?
Shoppers?
Is the relaxation to allow shopping before Eid at a time when the Indian Medical Association has sent out a warning about festivals. Look at the pictures on your screen. Look at the pictures on your screen, sir. Look at the pictures on your screen. The point. Don't hide behind one comment from a ground report. No, don't hide behind that. It's the responsibility of the government. It's the responsibility of the government to prioritize safety over religious appeasement. This is appeasement politics. Don't hide behind silly. Don't hide behind one strand of a ground report. Dr. Bagai, is there any excuse for prioritizing festival fervor and sentiments at a time
You
when
can't
Kerala
compare
is
Eid
COVID case
with
number 1 in this
Kavadi
country.
Yatra.
Dr. Bagai,
You
let's
can't
listen to the
compare
healthcare
Eid
expert.
With Kumbh
Good
Mela.
evening, Shiv.
And so don't-
Without having any
All of those
political
are
or
wrong.
religious
Yeah.
bias,
Listen to the doctor.
I'm a very proud Hindu, but if I go to a religious festival, it doesn't make me any stronger or a weaker Hindu. I think this year we can pray at home, we can celebrate from home, and do not mix science and religion. These are very two separate aspects, and it's an ideal recipe for disaster. Just allow me 2 minutes and let me explain to my earlier panelists certain statistics. I believe that all states in India are equal. Let's not have any geographic divide with regards to the educational backgrounds of different states. I think we are on a very slippery path that way. I would like to remind my previous panelists. Now, the
Don't
choices
give
of a
false
citizen,
figures then.
whether you want
Don't
to,
give false figures as were given in UP.
Listen to the doctor,
Impending-
sir. Listen to the doctor. They know a lot more than you about COVID.
It's no
Sir, I
use
did not
talking of the
interrupt
doctor.
you.
The
Please
doctor
have the
said it
patience.
makes no difference if people are educated or not. I can't believe
Can you
that.
please have patience?
Have the patience to
Sir,
listen to the doctor.
Sir, if you are educated, you will have patience, isn't it? So just have patience. I didn't interrupt you, so just don't troll me in between. How the fact stands is, it's the society's effort now to
Sometimes
make sure
people have to
the
be
third
trolled.
wave can actually be eliminated, or it's just a ripple or an avalanche. We are now in the midst of a still surging second wave in various states. For example, Maharashtra or Kerala still have one of the largest contributors of active cases on day-to-day add-on cases. Now, the present pandemic is actually not like the previous pandemic.
Because they do
The present pandemic
scientific.
How does this
studies
excuse what's
which are
happening
not
in
being
Kerala,
done in
sir?
UP.
How does this excuse what's happening in Kerala? You're not even willing to listen
What
to a healthcare
is
expert.
the judgment for UP is different from the judgment for Kerala under the
Thank you
Supreme
for saying
Court,
that.
And I
Thank
think
you
it
for
is
saying
correct.
that. That is the problem. That is the problem. Yes, Dr. Bagai, finish your point.
Yeah, Shiv, if you can just kindly mute the previous panelist so that I can finish my scientific point. Now, this is a pandemic within a pandemic. This is not like the original strain.
Yeah.
The Delta pandemic is behaving characteristic-wise and case fatality-wise much different. We know that this is an airborne transmission. Indoor and outdoor transmission can happen. Any congregation for more than 5 to 7 people at a time can result in a super spreader event. The Delta risk as compared to the previous strain is 120 times increased for hospitalization, 287% fold increase in ICU admissions, and 144% increase in case fatality. This is a real deadly threat. We can actually invite the third wave to merge into the second wave, and we can have an avalanche of patients which no country's healthcare system can afford to actually entertain. We have seen a lot of death, lot of misery, lot of pain. I would request the Kerala government not to see this from any eye apart from science.
Yeah.
Science tells us
There's
keep
no
away from
science.
crowds.
No, there is no science in this, Dr. Bagai, with respect. I apologize for interrupting you, unlike the other panelists. But I'm just saying that there is no science in this. The point is, we don't know. Sunil Chopra, Anila Singh, I'm coming to you in 30 seconds. I just want to make a point. I'm saying even the biggest doctors and virologists and epidemiologists are still figuring out how to control the new variants of this virus. Is the Kerala government saying, we know everything, we know so much about this virus and this new variant that we think that we can make some relaxations here because we are educated people, unlike the bhaiyas of UP who are all uneducated fools. That's what Sunil Chopra is your elitism. It is your elitism. It is your spiteful elitism against Uttar Pradesh and other states. And I hope they are watching you. That's also another reason why the CPM is where it is in this country today. But that's a separate matter. Anila Singh, how would you like to respond?
I can tell you the Supreme Court has taken the decision. It has taken
the decision. We will not question the Supreme Court, but the very fact that you have highlighted the difference is very significant, sir. Very significant.
Then why don't you?
Very significant. We will not question the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is our honourable top court of the country. But the point is, the Pinarayi Vijayan government should not have ordered this. It should not have been even allowed to go to the Supreme Court. Just like in Uttar Pradesh, where we question the Yogi government.
Can
just
do it,
like
Mr.
Chopra, when the Kawad Yatra was being allowed by UP government, India today slammed the Yogi government. Anila Singh, go ahead.
You have to ask Mr. Chopra to keep mum now.
Yeah, Anila Singh, listen to the other side.
I come from Uttar Pradesh, Mr. Chopra.
Listen to the state you call uneducated.
And what you said about Uttar Pradesh, my initial reaction was anger. I felt so angry how you humiliated my state and my state people. You called us illiterate.
You can be angry if you like, I don't give a damn.
Do I look like
It is today a state run by an archaic man in saffron.
Illiterate, they are idiots, they are dumb, and people living in Kerala are much more smarter than people living in Uttar Pradesh. This is what you said.
And you have false figures.
I feel pity on you.
And
people like
the
you,
river Ganga was full of dead bodies, and you don't know who have died.
Uttar Pradesh, just now. No, you keep shut up.
There is Jungle Raj in UP.
I did not interject.
Jungle Raj in UP, madam.
This is
You are a fool.
frustration. One at a time.
Blinded human being.
You
I
are
tell you what
insulting
you are.
Kavadi
I know what
you
you
are
are.
praising Bakra, people who celebrate Bakrid. You are simply
You
advocating people
are
who celebrate
telling
Bakrid.
lies.
And
Sunil
you
Chopra.
are insulting
One second.
Hindu religion. You are insulting all those people who do Kavadi Yatra. This is not the way.
Sunil
If you
Chopra,
want to
Sunil
do
Chopra.
politics,
Okay, let me just come in. Let me just come in.
We can get a proper debate.
No, Anila Singh, your anger is understandable. I think everybody in India should be offended
Her
by
voice
Sunil Chopra's
reflects
words.
her education. I know that. Her voice reflects her
Kerala
education.
and UP are Indian states. I mean, they are equal. Come on, let's not make this.
Kerala is becoming corona bomb again, and you are sitting
They
here
are equal,
and you
but
are
Kerala is an
advocating
educated
what Chief
state
Minister
and
of
they take
Kerala is
care.
doing.
It's not.
And
One
they listen
second.
to their government.
One second. One
You
second.
should
They
be
do.
sorry what you said right now. You should be sorry what you said.
Sunil Chopra, you are
Never mind,
hiding.
keep
You are
screaming,
taking
your voice sounds
after
horrible.
your government has taken a bad and indefensible decision in Kerala. You are trying to use all your ammunition to point at Uttar
It is
Pradesh.
not an indefensible decision.
It
It's
is
a
an
decision
indefensible
that even the
decision.
Supreme
It is
Court
an indefensible decision. It is
Shouldn't
an
he put up
indefensible
that
decision.
decision?
It is an insult to doctors. You have insulted what the Pinarayi government has done. No, one second. Let me.
Who has given him this right to insult?
Look
All
at
those
there's a
people
huge dip
who
in
do
cases in UP and a huge spike in cases in Kerala, but forget that. Let
He
me.
is deep into appeasement
The
politics.
Kerala government, by pretending to know all about COVID and how to
I
handle
know
it,
what UP
and so much
is,
so
don't
that
give
you have
me this
decided to
story.
relax these curbs, you have insulted Kerala's doctors, you have insulted Kerala's nurses, you have insulted Kerala's public, you
No,
have
not
insulted
at all.
Kerala's shopkeepers,
If the
you have
doctors
insulted
feel
healthcare
insulted, why
workers,
don't
you have
they come to
insulted
the
lab
Supreme Court and
technicians,
say
you have
so?
insulted COVID care workers,
Why
you have
don't the
insulted
doctors come
the
to the
people
Supreme Court
just
and
to
say so?
appease
No,
appease
you
during
are
a
telling
festival.
lies.
You
You
have
are
insulted
lying,
all
and
these
I say
people.
it openly.
Dr. Bagay,
You are
am I
lying.
right or wrong? Dr. Bagay, am I
Yeah,
right
you
or
are
wrong?
lying.
Has the Kerala government
say sorry to
endangered the
people
lives
of
of
UP
people
as
in the
well.
state or not?
He should say sorry to Hindus and he should say sorry to people of Uttar Pradesh.
He should say sorry to the
He
people of
has insulted
Kerala.
I will not say
He
sorry
should say
to
sorry to the
either.
people of Kerala.
I
Forget
know
about
UP
anybody
very
else.
well.
Shiv, my initial take on, without
You
getting
should
sucked
say
into
sorry to
Mr.
everybody
Chopra's
for lying on a
geographic
television
divide
channel.
and politics.
Yes.
Mr. Chopra, can you please have patience to listen? You said you were educated. Can you have patience to listen, please?
Go ahead,
It's a
Dr. Bagay.
request.
The
Yeah.
point is
So
the
I think-
IMA, I know about them, so don't tell me anymore.
Oh, come on. You know, when
You
the
know the
IMA,
IMA.
when the
I
IMA
don't
says
have-
something
You
that
are
suits
an
Kerala, we've all heard the CPM hailing the IMA.
You know about everything.
Yes, Dr. Bagay.
Yeah. Shiv, my take is this is not a time to be creating political divides and any geographic divides. It doesn't speak well of the gentleman who was creating these kind of mischievous statements. The fact is, anything which defies the COVID appropriate behavior is going to be a sheer disaster. And I think Kerala should be careful because it may soon become an epicenter for the third wave. It has to be careful. Let's not throw mud at each other. It doesn't reflect well on the gentleman who was uttering words which he should not utter.
Yes, good.
For me, all
Now that
states
you're
are the
talking
same.
sense, I'm
All
willing
the
to
doctors
listen.
are the same. It doesn't make any difference what this gentleman is muttering and mumbling. He's irrelevant in the overall or in the short-term picture. The fact of the matter is that we need to save every human life in India. We need to save every human life as far as livelihood in India. and any religious gathering, sessions,
Mr.
shopping,
Bishop of
or any
UP,
norm of this nature
when the
is going
people
to
were dying in the Ganga.
Basically,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the gentleman is marking. He's irrelevant.
Sunit Chopra thinks that by attacking Uttar
doesn't matter
Pradesh,
what
he
you
is
say
justifying
either.
the actions of the Kerala government. Sunit Chopra, unlike the other channels that you frequent,
Because what you are.
unlike the other channels
I
that
am
you
saying
perhaps
the two
frequent, Sunit
situations are
Chopra,
different.
here on
And
India
the
Today,
Supreme
Sunit
Court
Chopra,
sees it as
Sunit
such.
Chopra,
Mr. Chopra, you're irrelevant.
Sunit Chopra, let me tell you that when the Kawad Yatra was supposed to
I couldn't care
happen,
less what you think.
when the
I
Kawad
have no
Yatra was
concern for
happening,
you.
when the Kawad Yatra was happening, Sunit Chopra, here on India Today, we did a similar show about the UP government. You can ask Anila Singh. We went after the Yogi government saying, how can you not unilaterally call this off? When the bodies were floating
Yes,
in the
because
Ganga,
Kawad
we were
Yatra is
questioning the
something
government.
different
And in the same
from
vein,
Eid.
in the same
Eid
vein,
is a family
in the
thing.
same way, in the
And you are
same way,
worrying
no,
about
no,
shops.
Sunit Chopra, you
Kawad
can't,
Yatra
you
is
can't
walking
wiggle out of
across
this.
the
You can't
whole
wiggle out of
province.
this. I'm sorry, you can't wiggle out of this. The
No,
same tone
Kawad
and tenor
Yatra
with which
and
we question
the
the
Kumbh
Yogi
Mela are
government is now
different.
being applied on you, and you
Don't
can't take the
mix
heat
apples
because
and
you've been
oranges.
exposed for
Don't
appeasement.
mix
You've been
apples
exposed
and oranges.
for appeasement. You've been
Don't
exposed
mix
for appeasement.
apples and
It's as
oranges.
simple as that.
Eid and Kawad
Please ask
Yatra
Anila Singh. Anila
and
Singh,
Kumbh Mela
Anila
are
Singh,
different.
has India Today questioned the Yogi
I'm
government
not
about the
going to
Kawad
ask
Yatra or not?
Absolutely. Not only
Didn't you
India
face the
Today,
same
each and every
questions?
channel. Each and every channel, they asked us.
Yes.
They asked us, why Kawad Yatra? And we answered them. And we answered them in a very decent way. We didn't insult anybody. We answered what was correct. But here Mr. Chopra should ask sorry.
That's what you think.
He should say sorry to Uttar Pradesh. He should say sorry to Hindu.
say that UP
he has
has
insulted
been
both.
kept backward.
Yes.
He has to
And
say
you
sorry
have
to
just now
Kerala,
insulted
to be
both.
honest.
I
And
know
you want
UP very
Corona.
well,
You
so
want
don't give
Kerala
me
to
that
be a
story.
Corona bomb
I
again.
know
and
every
because,
area
and
of
because
UP.
of your appeasement, your party's appeasement.
What is
Kerala
knowing everything
government's
about UP,
appeasement,
you don't even
whole
mean
of
here?
the country is going to suffer.
You have had
whole of the
false-
country is going to suffer.
false information given during the Kumbh Mela in
Yes, we have
Uttarakhand.
seen this
You had to
wave two.
remove your
And just
chief
now Mr.
minister
Bagai
after
has
that.
said
It's-
that this wave 2 will merge into wave 3.
I just
And
want to
so-
show you-
and
I just
so
want to
the
show you some
government
figures.
cannot
After that,
understand.
You know,
And
since
they want to
since
get
Sunit
internal
Chopra
government
is
politics.
obsessed
What
with
to
Uttar
say
Pradesh,
about it?
and I don't blame him because Uttar Pradesh had the Kawad Yatra,
The show has been
which was
back to
called off
bankruptcy and
thanks
nothing
to
more
the
than
Supreme
that.
Court's correct intervention. Let's just show you some comparison figures between UP and Kerala right now. We'll put those on your screen for you. Sunit Chopra says he does not believe anything that the Yogi
Kerala
government does
has
or
real
UP does.
figures, UP has none.
Maybe you will believe what India Today is reporting is. Just take a look at the
And he's
daily
paying money
cases,
on ads.
daily COVID cases between UP and Kerala. You know, even if you multiply the number of cases in UP by a certain
Depends on how
factor,
many you collect.
25, 81, 86, 70, 83 compared to 16,000, 13,000, 15,000 are the number of daily cases in Kerala right now. And you've got the largest number of deaths and also in Kerala on a daily basis. And at this time, the Kerala government, and it's not just Bakrid, by the way, there's also Sabrimala. So, nobody is saying this appeasement is firing in many different directions. But the point is,
Yes, but you raise the issue of Bakrid only.
No, we raised both. You haven't seen our story.
What is your
You haven't
mind
seen our story.
telling you?
No, you haven't seen our story. I am sorry, Sunit.
I have.
Sunit
I had it
Chopra.
on TV.
Sunit Chopra, you can't. I hate to deprive you of the opportunity to try and, pin us down as being selective. But we are not, sir. We are not like your government. That's what I'm trying to say. The point is, India Today does not. We will hold everyone
Our government
accountable.
is not selective. Sabrimala
We held Yogi
and
Adityanath
Eid.
accountable.
Both.
We held Yogi Adityanath accountable. Oh, excuse me. We are not saying that you are communal. We are not saying you're communal. We are saying this is religious appeasement. Whether it is for the Sabrimala, whether it is for Bakrid, it's appeasement,
It's not
sir.
appeasement.
Appeasement works for every religion. It is in
If
your
people
mind.
can
It is in your
behave
mind that you think I'm only talking
properly,
about
it's
Bakrid.
not
Our report talks about
appeasement.
Sabrimala as well.
The Kerala government respects the people.
No,
The UP
no, you don't.
government
You're sending them to their
shoots
deaths.
them
You're sending them to their deaths.
in
Dr. Bagai,
encounters.
Dr.
That's the
Bagai, in such a situation where you've got the Delta variant, creating havoc, is such a move allowing Sabrimala and relaxing curbs for Bakrid shopping, is it love of sentiment and respect of sentiment, or is it sacrificing the public?
I think this entire thing which we have been seeing panned out in Kerala is anti-science. It's against the welfare of the society. It's not only with regards Kerala. As a doctor, I love all the states in India and every Indian equally. Religion, caste, color, creed, geographic boundaries have no role in medicine. I don't want Kerala to have more number of cases persisting. I don't want it to become an epicenter where the third wave starts. This is detrimental for the citizens of Kerala. This can spiral out of hand, and I'll be happy to have this debate again with the gentleman in 10 days' time. God forbid this thing actually spirals out of hand. The only thing we need to do is extreme precaution. Please, I'm begging everyone, extreme precaution.
Yes, I agree with extreme precaution.
No, but that's precisely what's not happening. Isn't this the time for absolutely no,
No, it is happening. Your reporter said
no exceptions. No. I mean, come on,
Your
don't hide behind one
said
particular second
I'm
in a ground
taking his
report.
word for it,
The very
Bulletin.
fact is, no, come on. The fact is, do you want to take that chance?
On
Is that the
television,
kind of
1
chance
second
you want to
means a
take?
lot.
You are basically allowing crowds. You are formally permitting and inviting crowds to come out.
Trump? Who has taken a chance with the Haridwar Kumbh Mela?
Oh my God,
What are
that
you
was a
talking
crime.
about?
That was a crime. Let me say it on TV. Allowing it was a crime. Now will you admit that you're saying is a crime as well?
Good. I'm glad you're
Will
coming
you say
to
that?
the truth now.
Will you say that? Sunit,
And if
do you
this
have the
happens
guts
in
to say,
Kerala, I would
do
say
you
the
have
same,
the
but
guts
it
to say,
won't.
do you have the guts to say that the Pinarayi Vijayan
I'm
government
telling you,
has committed
it
a
won't.
crime by allowing religious festivals in the state at this time? Do you have the same guts as me?
Because even the Supreme Court has asked them to give the details
A reply.
and they're giving them by tomorrow. I know that.
Perhaps, but isn't that the same kind of selectivity
Yes,
that you were talking
certainly.
about?
No, it isn't. Because here is a government of gundas, which
Oh,
has
really?
absolutely no
Oh, really? Now, see,
truth in anything. The whole of the
Anila Singh,
Ganga
feel
was
free
full
to
of
come
dead
in.
bodies.
No, Anila Singh, you can come in because this has become a
first of all-
Kerala versus UP thing, which it was never intended to be. The Kanwar Yatra was an issue that was used for comparison because it was in the news. And the Supreme Court took suo motu cognizance and got the UP government basically to cancel it. Anila Singh, last word, last 30 seconds.
Absolutely. Sure, first of all, when Mr. Literate starts
Uttarakhand government
comparing
cancelled it
the
before.
appeasement politics of letting people celebrate Bakrid with Kumbh, which was celebrated in Uttarakhand, this shows he wants to say that if Kumbh can be celebrated in Uttarakhand, then why not Bakrid in Kerala? So two wrongs makes one right, Mr. Literate? Absolutely not. And what your government's mindset is, I think it is very psychopathic. You want to lure people to get themselves infected. This is the way when you allow them in such a scenario to go ahead and celebrate and meet each other without any proper social distancing, because you cannot monitor each and every move of people out there. They are in festive mood. So what you are doing is simply a psychopathic thing. Your government should stop it. Kerala
It's
government should stop
irresponsible.
it and stop comparing Uttarakhand or Uttar Pradesh
It's irresponsible.
or any other state with Kerala.
Whether it
judge
was-
themselves,
Because what Kerala
others
is doing,
according to
that is
themselves.
suicidal.
Let me
What
give you
Kerala is
our
doing
I
is
judge
suicidal.
people
Let-
according to what I know the people of Kerala to be.
Let me give you our view. Nothing comes above humanity and life. Tradition, sentiment, shopping, festival fervor, religious feelings can all take a back seat when it comes to being able to save even a single life. That is the problem. We don't have control over this situation. That is the reason why no chances can be taken. Whether it is Kumbh, as you said, Sunit Chopra, whether it is the Kanwar Yatra, whether it is Bakrid, whether it is Ramzan, whether it is the Puri Yatra,
But it
the
took
Jagannath
place,
Yatra,
and it carried
whether
on.
it is the temple
It
crowds
took place,
anywhere else,
and it carried on.
they should not be allowed. We will continue to question them.
Yes,
Unfortunately,
then why didn't you stop
sir,
it?
unfortunately, I don't have a private army to go and stop it. We as a journalism agency can only question the government, question the outfits, question the state government, just as we are doing for your government in Kerala, which you are taking such strong exception to. We will continue to question every bit of it. Stay with me. We've got some breaking news coming in now.